everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast, episode 66? Shit, what's my notes?
Sure, I think that's it.
66, yes. I am your host, KCW, and with me we have... Zero.
On Route 66. Yeah. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Route 66, that's a...
Get your kick.
Jet Set Radio thing, right?
66.
The song. Very old
It's
song.
Route 99, sorry, yeah. It's Sisa, yeah.
Good morning, or good evening, whatever you're watching this.
So hungry. And Kenchi.
Hi, I'm Kenchi618. In this Yuletide season, I lay separate offerings at the altar of both Broden and Brokey, as well as my very first pagan deity, the venerable Just Bleed God, to whom I now offer a most heartfelt prayer for the coming year of 2015.
What?
O most bloody sanguine Lord, may this Kenchi of the Arabic numeric system 6, 1, and 8 continue to please you with sacrifices, armed with the piety he hath found in his home, the weights of middle. May the heroic barbarian spirit of Vanderlei Silva rise and allow Kenchi to bring forth sacrifices within the caged altar to you, so violent that the unwashed villagers who may gaze upon his efforts gather torches and pitchforks in a futile effort to cast forth the monster known as Kenchi618 from the land. May your ears be pleased by the lyrics of verbal submission, the percussion of fist on face, and the staccato of bones striking flesh. May your eyes feast upon the painting of a red-stained canvas orchestrated by the hands of Kenchi618. May you be treated to both swift sacrifices and quarter-hour wars, 3 separate stanzas in total. May you feast on blood, bone, consciousness, and souls, offered to you by your faithful servants, great and small, for the entirety of 2015. As I follow your prophet, of whom I have a photo bucket link gif of, which everyone should look at right now.
I'm so confused.
I pray.
Merry Christmas!
I couldn't laugh.
I pray. All hail the Just Bleed God.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes.
God damn it.
What the hell?
I tried. So yeah, if you're following Kenchi, just bleed God, or if you believe that Christmas is a celebration of Jesus Christ's birth, then yeah, you're like me.
So...
Well, I just offended like a billion people just now, so I think my work here is done.
First off, Jesus was probably born in January. Second...
They just decided on the day, really, honestly. They just picked, like, a day and said, yeah, that's probably Jesus' birthday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And we really... On one hand, we really probably should rein Ken in when it comes to these intros, because what the fuck, dude? But on the other hand, I actually had to mute my mic so I wouldn't laugh on recording while he was doing that.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not even offended by that.
If you're offended by that, you need to lighten up. Jesus.
Yeah.
So,
That took forever to write.
No, you can't
I
reveal
appreciate
that. Don't pull back the curtain. You just made that up on the spot.
I usually make them up, but that one I actually had to write that. You really think I remember that from memory? Or that came up on the spot?
If you were a real devotee, you would have. Also, it's venerable, not venerable.
Damn it. Venerable.
Venerable? Oh, man.
We're all looking good start.
Okay. So, the first topic, as always, is what we're doing. So, what have we been doing, Slicer?
I haven't done shit at all. I've been reading all week and nothing good. I have like 2 recommendations and that's it.
That's a bad time.
Yeah, it's been mostly just getting my sleep schedule fixed, which hasn't helped because I keep getting sick, kind of. But sickness only lasts for like 4 hours for me. So, yeah. I have a really weird immune system.
All right, Wolverine.
Yeah. I probably should have tried to do that too. That way I wouldn't be working on 2 hours of sleep and be hungry as fuck.
You know, you can just get something to eat.
I literally can't. All of my food would take like 30 minutes.
Oh, all right. Good point then.
You should have started making it 30 minutes ago.
That's the thing. I would need to actually stop the recording, go, turn the oven on, wait for it to preheat, then stop the recording again, go, put the pizza in the oven, then stop the recording another 20 minutes from then, so that I could take the pizza out of the oven.
Yeah, sounds time-consuming.
Yeah, so can't happen.
All right,
that's,
well then let's
I'm not eating until we're done recording, and that's going to be like 6 hours from now.
Let's make this quick. Gosh darn it.
Ken, what have you been doing?
Well, my brother came back like all of 2 hours ago, so that's the thing. And, yeah, almost a year in the Army, he's not any different than he was the day he left, which is weird, kinda. I mean, you expect a little change, right? Nothing has changed about him whatsoever. It's really kind of alarming. But, other than that, gonna have some brotherly times this week. It's gonna be good, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not. He's not that kind of guy.
No.
I can hope, but hope only takes you so far. Let's see. Other than that, oh yeah, all my friends are sick. So I haven't been able to do anything all week long. It's been annoying.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sick.
All of my friends within 10 miles of me that I actually hang out with on a day-to-day basis and do stuff with, they're sick. It's annoying.
Well, maybe they should stop being punk bitches.
That's what I said. But apparently my opinion doesn't mean anything to them on this matter. Since I'm superhuman, I don't ever get sick.
Well, your opinion means something to us, Ken.
Oh, that
because we're real friends.
Aw.
It means something.
Not much, but I guess something's better than nothing.
Something.
And let's see. Oh yeah, I get paid double holiday pay on Christmas, and I'm not even gonna be there.
Yay! That's
all right,
completely
cool.
better than my job.
Do you even get Christmas bonuses?
I don't get anything for Christmas.
I did. They gave us 20 quid each at the charity shop. Yay.
Sweet. You got a gift card for the shop you work at?
No, they gave us an actual £20 note.
Okay.
Yeah.
Considering we don't actually get paid, that's pretty spectacular.
It is, yeah.
Did your eyes light up when you saw it?
No, because then they immediately asked us to donate to the fucking bar staff at the Christmas do. So
here's 20 quid. Now we'd like it back.
Pretty much, yeah. Also, I would like to use this as a soapbox to spew vitriol at your American culture of fucking tipping that makes your economy super fucking broken.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now we're adopting that policy. Why the fuck are we adopting that policy? It's stupid and shit.
You don't really need it. Yeah, we kind of do.
But yeah. Who was talking?
Ken.
Yeah.
Also, my place of work, a news station, had a Christmas party.
Woo!
Yeah.
Christmas party.
Seeing drunk anchors is awesome.
I imagine it would be. That sounds awesome.
Pretty much everybody had to get a taxi. They provided taxis for everyone home. There's a sign of how this event went. It was great. So awesome. I love my job, dude.
Glad you switched then from, what was it, Hy-Vee? Target?
Oh, yeah. Fuck that. I don't want to do that now. Yeah. Christmas time in retail. Fuck that.
Ooh. Is it worse or better than Black Friday?
Are you kidding? Is that even a question?
I don't know, honestly.
Honestly, Black Friday is the worst thing ever. There's no comparison. The Christmas time, it stays pretty busy, but it's nothing like Black Friday. At all.
Spread out farther then?
Black Friday is 1 to 3 days of absolute hell. Christmas is like a month of annoyance.
All right then.
And overworking.
And yeah, it's pretty much my week.
Okay. My week. Like I said, we had a Christmas do. which was basically us going out to a pub in the country and having a turkey dinner, which was nice.
Mm.
It was nice. Also, apparently there's parts of Stoke-on-Trent that actually have nice houses. There is a posh part of Stoke-on-Trent. I was not aware of this.
That's an
The
odd
posh part of
realization.
Stoke-on-Trent actually consists of detached houses. That's what makes it posh.
Is it
I
gated?
don't know what that means.
You know, like houses, you can have terraced houses, so it's all connected in one big block. Like separate buildings,
like townhouses.
separated. Yeah, and then you can have semi-detached, where it's just two of them combined into one big building. Detached is just a house is a building, and that's it.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what the posh area of Stoke-on-Trent is. It's all detached houses. That's the only significant thing.
Are you looking at property in that area?
I wouldn't want to live there anyway. Everything's really fucking far away.
Ah.
It's not gated, as I think it was Slicer was saying. It's just sort of out of the way. So it's hard to get anywhere. But yeah.
They got a few of those in the nearby towns. Not the specific.
You live in
buildings,
Iowa,
but,
everything is separated and out of the way.
I mean, though, that kind of community. It's not quite gated, but yeah.
Isolated, I guess.
Yeah.
So I watched an interesting video this week. I linked it to Slicer. He probably remembers the one I'm talking about. Called Played It for the Plot.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
So, Pokemon Rob, or Bruce Willikers, however you would actually have heard of him, I don't know, started a new series where he plays what are just shy of porn games.
The ad games, the ones I can't even think of any of them.
Does Rift count?
I don't know.
Rift is probably pretty close to being that. But yeah, the ones where it's like you have a good-looking woman on the ad, and it's like, would you like to play a game, my lord?
Oh, yeah,
or something.
Yeah. And it's just like a RTS with no chicks.
Or an MMO, and it's really shitty.
Yeah.
And it uses a lot of fan service.
And jiggle physics.
Yeah. And jiggle physics, yep. And that's a special video.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I just recommend you go and watch the video, because what the fuck is that game? But they make it funny, so
Link it.
it's entertaining. It's probably not safe for work. Just
It's not, by the way.
as a general rule,
It's okay, I'm not at work.
I can't tell if you're joking or just being purposely ignorant.
I'm joking.
Is there anything I missed for linking?
I don't think so.
I think so. No.
Unless your town has like a site.
It probably does. I know it has a newspaper website, but that's about it. So Starbomb released a new album.
Yeah, it's how do you like it?
I think it's great.
I think so too.
Mostly,
yeah. There's
Mostly?
2 songs on it, which are kind of like short skits, which are kind of weird.
Yeah, one of them is pretty good, where Mario and Luigi start a band and then ask Toad to be the lead singer.
Yeah. The other one's the Atari Mystery Hour, and
Which is shit. It's shit.
utter.
It makes no sense.
I still don't understand why they have
show
to have
was.
the intro and outro as separate songs. Too. Like they have to have an intro and outro song, where it's just them talking.
I'll be honest, I like the intro for this one.
It was a lot better.
Welcome to my space mansion.
The Space Mansion. Okay, I like the Space Mansion.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish I got more actual songs.
Yeah, it's one less song than there was last time,
Mm-hmm.
and the songs aren't particularly long in the first place. So the album is like 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of them are are linked to the songs of the last album. I think there's like...
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Not that many.
Mm.
I think it's The Hero of Rhyme is apparently a sequel to the one where the old man was trying to get Link to grab his sword.
Grab your
and
destiny.
then there's the simple plot of Metal Gear Solid as well.
And the Poker Rap one is linked to the previous Pokemon one, actually.
Oh yeah, now you mention it.
I could go through the list, but and Smash has the same position, in which it has Luigi as the main singing, and it's the first song and main singer, and it's like it's kind of like the premiere song of the album, like the one they.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the first album. The first album was
that was Luigi.
Choose You to Die.
Yeah, but it was Luigi's Ballad, and then it's Smash.
But Smash is probably the best song on the album.
It is. It's pretty good.
No question.
Is that the one they released just on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the animation, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, the production values in general are a lot better, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I went back and listened to the first album, and you can actually really tell that they've stepped up their production values. It sounds a lot better and a lot cleaner.
And the God of War one seems kind of similar to Crashivania, which it's just him killing everybody. But
it's awesome.
But it's super awesome. I love it. It's one of my favorite songs on the entire album.
Mighty Hercules. He's the god of jiggly butts.
What's up, Kratos? I'm the god of baked potatoes.
I am the god of that thing where you're just about to sneeze. And then your friend says, hey, like, what's up? And you snort and then freeze. And you still get that nose tingle. It's a horrible tease, and you're like, fuck!
That's evil.
It's not good.
It is a terrible thing, by the way. But fucking, yeah.
I love this album so much.
It's pretty great. Yeah, so I definitely recommend buying it. Absolutely. Ugh. And anime-wise, Log Horizon's pretty cool again. That's nice. Yay! Actually doing
I haven't
stuff.
been keeping up with it. I need to go back and catch up later.
You need to catch up.
Because
also probably needs to catch up.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had finals last week, so I didn't get a chance to really do anything. And I've just been worrying about that, and now I'm actually free.
Did you pass?
I think so.
There was a pause in there.
Moving on.
Okay. And Lord Marksman had the most telegraphed death ever.
Who? Who?
What, in the show?
I don't know who Lord Marksman is.
It's the show, Lord Marksman and Venatus.
Yeah.
It's the one that's kind of like Kingdom that Zero recommended ages ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, by telegraphed,
I mean, it's like, hey, I'm about to die now.
Who was it that died? I can't remember.
The servant guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, I have served you for so long, my lord, and I would like to serve you again. These old bones aren't what they used to be, but I would like to walk with you anyway into this dangerous situation. Would that be all right, my lord?
totally.
Guess what happens?
Yeah, but you can't really blame it for death flags, because that's in everything. Like,
Still kind of
literally
lazy.
Yeah. I mean, once again, we can compare it to Kingdom, when you get the fucking brothers and stuff happens. And it was kind of brutal. But yeah. Oh well. It's pretty much just consistently going to be a low-rent Kingdom, so whatever.
It can help you.
Sorry, Zero.
It can. Well, yeah. Kingdom was pretty awesome, I have to admit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It still is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But, Lord Marksman and Venatus can help tide you over a little bit when you don't have Kingdom.
Until they make more Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ace of Diamond, that baseball show that I watch, is actually pretty spectacular as far as sports anime go. I mean, they have done like 11 episodes for one game.
Wow.
And somehow have managed to still make it supremely tense.
Huh. That is surprising.
Yeah. I mean, 11 episodes, you would think you would have gotten sick of it by now, but they're actually doing a really good job of keeping it entertaining and involving. So, yay.
Yeah,
good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty much my week, I think. I've read a lot of stuff, but, I'm saving that for recommendations and things. Has anyone not gone? Has Zero not gone?
I have not gone.
Zero, go.
All right, so I went over and I went on a trip after I got out of finals last week. Because I was finally done. No mas. Oh, but before that, finals last week, I locked my keys in my car for the first time.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to call the campus police to go and fix that. I felt very ashamed of myself.
It was bound to happen eventually. I mean,
yeah, it's finals. It happens a lot during that. They got open like no charge or anything because campus police, and it happens to basically everybody in the campus during this time period. So we went. So after that, after I was done with finals, my mom's work actually has a timeshare over at Lake Tahoe up in the mountains right there at Ridge Resorts, ski resort. So my mom managed to snag it for the weekend, for 3 days. So we went up there on Friday, and it was really snowing down hard, and it got to the point where these are small winding roads, and you are there's ice everywhere, and you have to have snow tires, 4-wheel drive, or chains on your tires to get through.
Sweet.
Luckily my dad's car had snow tires and 4-wheel drive because his territory had taken him up north before, and he was pretty much trapped in a blizzard before with his old car, and he had sent a text to his boss saying, "I might not make it out of here," which made his boss get him a new car with the best tires. So we got through that whole area, and it's just winter wonderland, snow everywhere, fantastic. My brother goes out, and the next morning, we head up there and we head through the mountains. And we get up to the resort, and it's freezing outside. Next morning, we wake up, and it's a winter wonderland outside. There's snow everywhere, yay! And my brother made a snow teddy from Persona.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Did he use reference?
It was the crappiest looking snow teddy I'd ever seen. But
so
hey,
I assume no then.
He took a mechanical pencil to draw eyes in it, and buttons. And so we didn't have any sticks nearby because it was on our balcony. So there's an armless snow teddy. And then we spent the first day over there. We went exploring around the town. We sorted out rentals. We were going to go snowboarding the next day. I'm like, okay, awesome. We're going to go snowboarding. It's really nice. We went, a lot of football watching that weekend. So, because Cowboys fans, and we want to find out what happens and everything. Yes, and Kenchi's mad about that because I'm a Cowboys fan. So, we had to do the search for the sports bar. The heroic battle. And the next day, we get up early, and me and my brother go, we head up, we get our lift tickets, we get all our rented gear, and I put on these snow boots, and my feet start hurting, really badly as I'm starting to walk in them. I'm like, gosh, what's wrong with these things? Are they too tight? Is it supposed to be like this? I'll figure it out later. I think it might just pass. I might just, have something to deal with it, So we go up to the gondola, we go up to the lift, we go up all the way up to the mountain, 9,150 feet above sea level, with our boards and everything.
That's not how you start out.
No, that's exactly where all the snow was, because at that point the snow was starting to melt because it's getting hotter.
Oh.
And the air was really thin. just lugging around the snowboard, you get out of breath so easy. And we get up there, and I'm trying to snowboard, and I keep falling, because we're doing lessons and everything. So I take my boots off, and I'm like, okay, I'll take off my second pair of socks, because maybe that's why it's hurting so much. Maybe it's just too tight. So I do that, and then I put my shoes back on the exact same way they were, and I keep falling, and I'm still in a lot of pain. So I'm like, okay, what could be the problem? I take my shoes off one more time, and then I realize the people at the rental place put the right boot on the left foot, and the left boot on the right foot. And when I had taken my shoes off earlier, I had done the exact same mistake.
Oh. We're in a podcast with this guy.
You're going to start labeling all your shoes with L and R's?
So, I felt like a complete idiot. And then I went to go snowboarding more, and I still fell on my face. And the ice was, compacted down, and it was kind of like the snow was actually got to the point where it was really, kind of hard, because it was running over it and everything.
Yep.
So I fell a lot.
Yep. This is all a familiar story to me.
I fell the most out of anybody in our group, I think.
Yep. Still familiar story.
My arms are currently in pain from bracing myself before I hit the ground. So many times. So, it was a very pain-filled snowboarding experience, and completely unpleasant, and I was short of breath and pretty much the entire time.
You need to watch this video that I've helpfully provided you, Zero.
Yeah.
But,
why the Cowboys
if it's any comfort at all, Zero, at least you didn't fall off a ski lift.
I didn't go on the lift for a reason.
I
went on the gondola that took me up there, but I didn't go on any lifts. I was on the baby slopes. I was like, I can't do this. I need to learn how to, because you have to lean on your front leg, but I'm always used to leaning on my back leg. I mean, I've done Taekwondo training, and all my balance training is trained for my other leg, so I have to go completely against everything I've been trained and taught to do in order to actually not fall on my face, which is surprisingly hard.
That doesn't sound surprising at all, actually.
So, yeah. So I fell on my face a lot, and then I got back, and I went to do D&D with my friends real quick, because everybody was back in town from college and everything. And I made my character El Fuerte again, because I made him in a one-shot before. And El Fuerte is really awesome. It was a one-shot thing, and he's basically like a big masked wrestler dude. For his background, he's a mysterious masked fighter. And, we're doing a modern-day type thing, so he's basically a homeless dude that goes out fighting people in dojos trying to get money for food. And so I go to this fighting area, and it's just there's 12 people in the audience. It's like a little crappy. It's Bob's Discount Dojo, and my first opponent is Danny the Rock Williams. Danny the Rock. I knocked him out in one punch, and I felt really unsatisfied. And I came back later for another fight, and the second guy I don't even know his name, but I knocked him out in 3 punches. I got a critical one.
Were these good rolls, or are they just really bad?
I was down. I have 10 health. I was down to 2 health on the second fight. But I got a critical to deal a lot of damage. And then I go out, and I'm leaving the arena, and my DM is doing a thing where we're doing 2-part intro stories, and then we're all going to meet together. So this is my second part. And as I'm heading out the alleyway with my reward of $30.
Sounds accurate.
Danny the Rock Williams starts approaching me, slumped over, limping towards me from the far end of the alleyway. Luckily, in my satchel, I had 10 rocks. So I just started. So I chucked one at his head, really hard, and then I chucked one at his knee, and he fell to the ground. I think I might have killed him. and I just walked out. Danny the Rock Williams was beat by The Rock. 2 rocks, actually.
Huh.
So yeah, my character also calls everybody a tiny man.
Well, all right, that makes sense.
He's El Fuerte. El Fuerte always talks in the third person, but it was a lot of fun. And then like this
wait. Is this zombies or did you just kill somebody?
I think he might have been zombie-ish, but there haven't been any confirmed zombies. He was kind of slack-jawed, so I might have just killed him by throwing rocks at him down an alley.
Wow. All right.
Because my DM was like, you're homeless, so you can pick out, whatever you want, I guess. And I'm just like, okay, I want 10 rocks and 2 torches. This is modern day, you know that, right? I want 2 torches. So, yeah.
Okay. Ken?
I already went.
This video is a terrible video.
You're actually watching it?
It's just
Every time he points left, it's his right side.
So basically what you're telling me, Kenshi, is that I was right all along.
I can't believe you actually watched it.
I am watching it right now.
Why the fuck am I watching a puppet mime?
I don't know. That sounds like the root of all evil.
Because I told you.
Also, he's a terrible mime because he's talking.
This is okay. That's your
terrible
left.
Video.
This is your right, and that's your right. I can't tell. He's pointing in 2 directions when he says that's your left. He's pointing in both directions. How am I supposed to learn anything from this? That's not just open. He's wiggling his arms. That's pointing to your right, but that's pointing to your left. I don't understand.
Terrible video.
He's leaning to his right.
Did you watch the whole thing?
He's leaning to his left.
Yes, I watched the whole thing.
Kenshi, this is confusing me even more.
Well, I thought it would help.
It confused me. I was fairly certain what's right and left, but that's...
You watching it mirrored or something? It's in the direction of the person watching it.
Maybe he's pointing to your left, not his left.
Yeah, it is.
But he doesn't say that. He just says, this is your left, and then he uses his right arm. Maybe the children just have an inherent understanding of biological right and left.
I didn't.
Right.
I did. I was weird like that. Anyway, Zero, anything else?
No, I'm done. I'm just staring at this crazy mime.
Yeah, fucking...
You're gonna die.
They're a blight on existence. Puppet mimes.
That's oddly specific.
Next topic. Internet's effect on youth. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, it's a fun one. Yeah.
Youth!
Sure, you have a lot to
Okay.
say.
Zero, what was the internet's effect on you, you being the youngest of us?
It opened my mind.
Well, that's an opening.
Yeah. When I first had the internet, my mom put me on Kids AOL.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I did too.
So everything was parent locked. Everything. Even things that were child appropriate were locked. So you can understand that I had a more sheltered upbringing. It wasn't until I think it's like 6th or 7th grade where I actually got full access to a computer. So, yeah. And even then, I wasn't looking for the worst stuff in the internet. I feel like it's only now in the past couple of years that I found the worst things of the internet.
I'll be honest, I found some pretty terrible stuff when I was a kid on the internet.
Yeah.
Also, pedophile tried to get his end away with my sister. But that's...
Wow.
I believe I've told that story before.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
When she went on chat, and there was a guy that asked some particularly lewd questions. I forget what they were specifically.
Are you a grill?
Yeah, so the internet has always been a weird place, from my view. But, I don't know. I mean,
like,
I'm not going to say that it was a negative influence.
Like, the lack of a filter on the internet is a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's good because people can express themselves and they don't have to worry about anything, but it's bad because people can express themselves and don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. I mean, as far as kids having free reign on the internet goes, it's not as big a deal as most moral guardians would seem to think.
It's really not, but yeah, there are dangers there.
There are dangers, but, I mean, there's not much point in blocking all pornography or anything weird like that, because kids, generally speaking, aren't going to look for it. Until they reach a certain age. I mean, they won't know or care what it is, and they'll think it's icky once they do realize what it is. And then they'll get to, like, 12, 13 maybe. And then they'll start getting interested. And then you should probably let them be interested.
Pretty much, yeah.
But,
might be a good idea to give them the actual talk first, but, whatever.
12, 13, I should hope they've had it by then. I
didn't even get one. I didn't need one.
I didn't know. I didn't get one either.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's another thing entirely.
Yeah, let's not talk about that, shall we? Other effects on youth. It's very cliquish, the internet.
Yeah, it is.
You get involved in a community, and then everyone in that community agrees with everyone else. That, I imagine, can stunt your social growth, as it were. Because dealing with other people means dealing with other people who will disagree with you. Often.
And that's a good thing. I mean...
It is a good thing. It's absolutely not a bad thing. And these very insular communities that often end up agreeing with each other and talking about things that they all have in common means they're very, very... very closed off from the rest of the world. Or they can be. And kids dealing with that sort of thing at a very young age, or even just a regularly young age, would mean that they get involved in these communities and then they stop caring about communities of actual people that all have varied backgrounds and viewpoints, and they just only want to deal with people that agree with them, and they can't handle anything else.
It's not great for your ability to debate things, I suppose, rather. Open your mind to other possibilities rather than just sticking with one thing.
Also, everyone swears on the internet.
Yeah.
And no one cares about it. So, it was actually kind of jarring when I started working at a charity shop, because there were like 60, 65-year-old women there that would not tolerate swearing in the slightest.
Wow. Huh.
And I have spent the last 3 years on the internet swearing whenever I felt like it, because no one cares. So
yeah.
you start interacting with the older generations that actually give a shit about swearing, and it throws you for a loop a bit.
I give a poop about swearing.
Yeah, but you're very much an oddity.
You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't really know a lot of the worst swears until I got into a public school in 6th grade. That was a very informative bus ride back home.
Blaming public school for your problems.
I can legitimately blame public school.
I'd like to blame public school for for opening your mind to new things, like swearing. I mean, if without public school, you'd have never gotten on that roof.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Got away with it, too.
That's the important part. Anything else anyone wants to say?
Let's see. It can be a very great educational tool as well. I mean, technology has become, I'd say, a requirement, honestly, in our society these days, and knowing how to work it. I mean, I learned how to type playing games, so... Although, you got to be really careful with that, because then you get into... Xbox Live should not be something you give your children to them. Like, that's a 15th birthday present. Nothing below that.
Yeah,
maybe
I kind of agree with that.
I guess. I don't know. It's not great.
No, I actually agree with that. Also, you're basically saying that you don't want your little brother on Xbox Live.
Pretty much. I mean, he's found a bunch of other friends that are about the same maturity level as him, or physical age, honestly. And he's made it work, but we had to restrict him pretty heavily when he first started playing. Like, he just didn't play with a mic whenever he played.
That's a good policy.
I think he started out, one of our friends had little brothers, or a little brother, a few of them did, and that's how it started. I can't remember.
That's great. Put your 13-year-old brother on Call of Duty. See how that works out for you.
It works out fine for him, but it works out terrible for everyone else.
He's fine, actually. He's not the type that swears or starts insulting parentages and sexualities. Yeah, it's weird, but...
well, yeah, he was on the podcast, so he was cool.
Yeah, he's like a mini Zero, and that's cool.
Mini Zero.
Yeah. You asked a question. You ended that statement with a question.
That ended with a question mark, and I'm not sure if I meant it to.
All right. Anything else to say on this particular topic that was a very strange topic?
I love you, Internet. You are the reason I'm kind of famous, so yeah.
Make your children aware of what porn is.
Or don't, and let them find out the surprise on their own. Just wait, just count the days.
Wait until someone says the words 2 girls, 1 cup, or...
You know, I heard about that video when I was a kid, and then I said, nope.
I watched that.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I watched that in school. I watched that in school.
I still have not seen it, and I still do not want to.
I was on an anime site watching S-Cryad, and there was an ad at the top of the screen for it.
Well, that's special.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I saw it.
I'm pretty sure at least
the
first
first 30 seconds of it.
See, I don't know whether you could actually get desensitized to things like that, because that's... No.
I'm sure you can eventually, but that's something that everything, or every new video would be a new thing.
Oop. Slice cut out.
Well, that's not good.
Slicer?
Slicer. Ooh.
There's a problem with the call. Okay, never mind. I guess we're done with the topic then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're moving on to the next topic, which is... What was the next topic? The next topic is the Nobody backstory. So, this is the particular backstory where the character is a nobody. He's just a regular dude, or she's just a regular lady who just does regular things and has a regular life and is generally uninteresting until interesting stuff happens to them.
Yeah. I really do I like this backstory when done well. Honestly. It's, because, average person suddenly thrust into completely different circumstances, has to deal with it, doesn't always go their way. It probably won't go their way, for the longest time at least. And it's very interesting to see how they deal with it.
It's a very easy blank slate character model.
It is.
Where they can be just anything you need them to be, more or less.
It happens. It's used a lot, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's typically used so much in fiction, in fan fiction. The average everyday person thrust into completely different circumstances. While that can be interesting, it can also get boring.
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of it because, we get all these extraordinary backstories all the time, or all these tragic backstories.
Yeah.
I think it's nice for there to be a decent amount of contrast to that.
Yeah, and that's why I like it. Is because it's, hey, look, this character, this person, completely, inconsequential to everything else going on around them. They're just an ordinary person, and now all of a sudden they have to deal with all this crazy crap coming at them. And you get to see how that changes them.
Yeah. I apologize for being distracted. I'm trying very, very hard to get Slicer back in the call.
I can see that.
Keep vamping.
I think if the progression of that sort of character with that sort of origin is done well, it's more interesting, actually.
It's infinitely more interesting.
It gives a stronger underdog feel to me.
Yeah, completely. And, it's not like, oh, this character's introduced and they have, 10 years of military training and they're super ready for this world. It's more like this character he worked at a supermarket, didn't really have anything wrong with him, and next thing you know, he's slaying dragons or something. And that's kind of wicked awesome in itself, in concept at least.
Yeah, it's often used very much in the way of anyone can be amazing.
Yeah.
Kind of plot.
Anyone
and I have utterly failed to get Slice back.
Anyone can be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The story of my life. He wasn't even online.
He's online for me.
He's online now. It just popped up to me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, fucking add people to the call.
We need Slicer back.
There we go.
Slicer?
Yay.
Christ.
He moved on to the next topic. Nobody background.
Right.
With the background of the characters that they are a nobody, and they are all of a sudden thrust into circumstances or whatnot, if they're an average person. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, my network kicked me, and then Internet Explorer crashed. As in the thing that runs my computer. Yeah.
You mean Windows Explorer?
That's it, Windows Explorer.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's happened
Good
to
thing
me.
you have Pamela, because I had to restart my computer.
I guess the Audacity backup is not so much a backup anymore.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyway.
Your opinions on Nobody Backstories?
Well, I'm going to need some examples. Or an example.
Minato is basically this.
Yeah.
As a setup. They're just fucking absolute... Well, they're basically blank slate characters anyway, because they're RPG protagonists, but...
yeah.
Someone a bit more simple than that.
I almost want to say Issei, but he was... Yeah, he kind of was a nobody. He just had a really big character quirk. He wasn't blank slate, but Issei was a nobody until things happened.
He was a nobody, but he was a chosen nobody,
yeah.
I guess, is the thing.
Basically characters that have no place in the universe they're getting themselves involved into, but wind up there anyway and have to figure stuff out to get along.
Frodo Baggins.
Ah, yes. That's good.
That's a better one.
Or Bilbo, actually.
Either one. In fact, the entire plot revolved around Frodo being a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because he had no ambition, no reason to strive for anything. He was perfectly happy how he was, and thus the ring didn't affect him.
I think I don't mind that kind of character trait, actually. It's a good starter to have, as long as the character just, actually tries to fit in and empower themselves, rather. I don't know, let's see. I don't know, Issei was a good one. He kind of threw himself into that wholeheartedly, although his motivation was the harem thing.
Which is a pretty standard motivation, let's be honest.
It is. It works,
If you could, you absolutely would.
Yeah, except his motivation is completely unlike all the other harem protagonists in the entire everything. Because he actually wanted a harem rather than completely, just sort of like, no.
Mm.
But that series doesn't, it doesn't make him oblivious forever. Not exactly. I like DxD.
Yeah. I think, actually, it can be the best and worst kind of character for me, honestly. If there's somebody that just refuses to do anything, or worse, just, I don't know, mocks everything, I guess, it doesn't work in stories, and it just kind of throws a wrench in things.
Yeah.
Which can also be good or bad, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the nobody that wants to stay the nobody.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I said Frodo Baggins, but I'm not really a fan of Frodo Baggins. Obviously...
Yeah. All right, yeah, you got a good point there. Canon Harry from Harry Potter wants to be just Harry, and that, it's not good.
It's kind of infuriating for normal people when a normal person gets to be special, and they decline. I mean, yes, you can say the normal person chooses to be special and there are drawbacks that they didn't foresee, absolutely. But to say, no, I knew about these drawbacks already and I just don't want anything to do with that. No, that's not how it works. People strive to be better, to be greater than they already are. That's the way people work. That's the entire basis of ambition. Which makes it very strange that Harry was supposed to be a Slytherin. But,
part of that I can agree with if it's a military,
oh dear.
I don't know.
No. Slice.
Oh no. So Slicer might have a virus or something. Or his computer is really dying, really badly.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
How about them Cowboys, huh? So,
Your water. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, should we...
There we go.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah.
Oh, thank Christ.
It happens every time I go downstairs and check it out. Don't normally get kicked off the network this often. It's usually once a day, maybe, but whatever. How much of what I said was cut off?
If it's a military, then that was pretty much it.
Oh, a military setting, or if you're going to be fighting for your life, it makes sense if the person, the hero being called to action, did not really foresee risking his life, or the possibility of dying. Then it makes sense if they back out. But, yeah.
That's a fair point. Yeah. Anything else to say for the nobody backstory?
I like it when characters stick with... Just pick a path and stick with it. I hate when they flip-flop back and forth. I think Shinji might be a good example of that from Neon Genesis.
You mean the terrible, terrible show that everyone should ignore?
Yeah, right, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, but he tried to pick a path, honestly. He tried to run away. He didn't want any part of it, but they just kept dragging him back. So I can't really fault him for that, honestly.
Mm. Yeah. Anything else?
That about covers it, I think.
Okay, dead silence from everyone else, so I guess that's a
fragmented topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain not think so good today, so yeah.
Your computer not work so good either.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Alright, so next topic is character designs. Yay!
Woo.
So, here's a pointer for anyone that's designing a character in a fic, or, in anything. Don't over-design them.
Yes, thank you so much. I was about to say that. Do not over-design them. You do not need to have them have shadows leaking out of their armpits and wolves floating above them made out of ethereal aura.
I don't care how cool you think it is. There is no need for 14,000 buckles to be covering every inch of their body.
And spikes. You don't need a ton of spikes and everything to make them seem cool.
And I don't need to see the tattoo of the wolf having sex with a rainbow on a stardust on their hand. I don't give a fuck.
That was a thing in Naruto for a while. They really had tattoos, a lot of them.
Like
really?
Yeah, I don't know what caused it, but tattoos were a big thing.
Curse mark.
That I think that was part of it, but it was mostly seals and stuff.
Yeah. They turned it to a rainbow wolf sex thing.
Yeah.
It's a special seal. I wonder what that seal does, to be honest.
Nothing.
Here's one.
90% of the time, it does nothing.
I want to say one thing. If there's an OC character and they have a design and it has a wolf mentioned anywhere, you're not being unique.
Or a dragon.
You're really not. Oh God, no dragons. No dragons.
You can do dragons. Dragons are fine.
Because trust
me.
Yeah,
okay.
Wolves, dragons, animal symbology, like symbolic whatever BS. If it's your character does not have to be a wolf or something, or have like lone wolf status.
We're not telling you to pick a tapir as your spirit animal or something, but just don't do wolves or dragons, okay? No.
I mean,
do bunny rabbit.
Pick a honey badger. Those are
even a bunny rabbit, a honey badger. Those are cool. I mean, those are fine. Bear, even like you don't see a lot of bear like animals.
You don't actually.
Yeah, that's weird. You think you'd see more bears?
You think you would, but I guess it's based on who's writing it, and a lot of the people who really put a lot of effort into their design tend to either be really, really like dudes really into dragons, or wolves. Nobody wants to be the bear. Nobody wants to be the big guy that punches things and makes everything awesome.
That's because most of the time in most like anime and stuff, the bear guy is kind of weak sauce.
And that makes no sense. Bears are awesome.
It's because most high-level fights are all focused on speed, and the bear guy is always the slow, strong one, so he gets his ass kicked.
I would read a story about a character that was based like bear. He's very slow, but he has to find ways to work with that. That would be interesting. But, it's always wolves and dragons. All the time. If you're gonna design your character, I'm gonna say right now, start out simple. Start out simple.
And there's nothing wrong with putting sleeves on your character's outfit. Please put
or
sleeves
giving
on
them shirts.
Yeah. Shirts with sleeves.
Okay.
There is nothing cool about tank tops and wife beaters. Sorry.
Yeah.
Start simple. You can start simple, and then you can start building up their design with stuff that they, do and stuff that they earn and stuff that they acquire. You don't have to start off with them like, oh man, look at me, I'm so super cool. Some people don't want to. Some people like I've seen some designs which are really impractical, and I do not want to put them on when I wake up in the morning.
I don't need costume porn with my OC.
I don't need this. I don't need these many buckles. Like, how long it would take to get dressed in that? Be practical.
I think the thing is, no, they don't take them off. They just keep them on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best thing I can say about design, is to be practical. Like,
just
don't
flat out be aware of the limitations of what you're doing. Like, even regular clothes can be really hard to explain in fan fiction. I don't need 4 paragraphs of you describing your character.
Like, if you want to give them a scarf or something, fine. Just don't make it so they have a whole shadowy aura and a complete ninja outfit with it. Okay? So, you gotta pick and choose. Like, you can have maybe one cool design choice, as long as it's not super over the top.
I can agree to that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It makes the character stand out. But when you have it like, they've got this on one arm and this on one arm, and then they've got both their legs with, like, super fancy pants, and one pant leg is completely different and designed differently than the other, with, like, a wolf on it, and the other one has a dragon.
Yeah. We don't really need Kingdom Hearts characters, okay?
Yeah. You don't need a million zippers. Like, what are you going to do with all those zippers? I mean, you can make the annoying zipper noise of moving them back and forth, but that only goes for so long,
I will limit you to 3 zips on your clothing. You can have 1 for your jacket, 1 for your trousers, and 1 bonus one, but that's it. Maybe a pocket.
Or something? Yeah.
A bonus zipper. For your mouth, so that your character has no dialogue ever.
We'd need to work with dialogue then, I guess.
And trench coats. Oh my gosh, not everybody needs a trench coat. Not a lot of people wear trench coats. There's good reason for that. Because trench coats make you look like a weeb. I'm sorry, but it's true.
I like trench coats.
I like them but still,
they have their place.
They have their place. If you're wearing a trench coat and it is summer, there's something wrong with you.
Kaiba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaiba does a lot of things that don't make sense, and he gets away with it because he's Kaiba.
And for colors, not everything needs to be black. You don't have to dress them in completely black or white or a mixture of both.
Or orange, if you're going for Naruto. You don't need orange.
I mean, it's okay to just dress them regularly. Like, maybe it's got a...
I dress all in black.
I do too.
All right, Johnny Cash.
All right. You're over-designed. Sorry.
Oh.
Black is technically... I'd call black under-designed,
I mean,
really,
Casey, you might be the most weirdly defined OC ever. Like, you're probably the definition of this. You have white hair, red eyes.
Yeah, I'm black on white. That is why I wear all black,
yeah.
by the way. It's a good contrast. That's why I wear it.
We're all black. You like trench coats. I mean...
He likes dragons, too.
Yeah, you like dragons, too.
There's nothing wrong with dragons.
There is everything wrong with dragons.
But...
You know what? That's the moral of this episode. No dragons.
But...
I'm pretty sure the episode's going to have to be something to do with your fucking computer breaking.
Yeah, probably.
But definitely you want to stray from making it too over the top. However, you also have to take, if you're doing fan fiction and you're doing a really over the top series, you might want to try to match that. Just don't go over that. I say it's...
Oh, the title is. Keep going, Zero.
I say that because, say for example, you're doing Gurren Lagann, right? And you want to introduce an OC. There's very low chance that your OC is going to be a normal person in the Gurren Lagann world. Dressed normally. It's completely over the top.
Even the normal people were dressed pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the underground villages, a lot of them were just dressed like, in rags and such things.
Well, yeah, then it made sense. Then, if it's in that period, then yeah.
Yeah. So it depends on what you're going for, and you have to take into account your surroundings. Like, you're not going to show up in, old-style Japan with a giant mech suit or something.
Where the fuck did Yoko get a bikini top?
That's the question.
That's a good question, actually. What the hell? Also, where did she get leather to make those shorts?
Don't worry about it.
Also, that pink stocking thing as well.
Don't worry about it.
Did she skin a beast man to make those shorts?
Probably.
That's metal.
Okay.
My respect for Yoko has just risen dramatically. That is awesome.
Fair enough then. Okay.
Think of it, that's how they would get clothes if they've been living up on the surface for a while.
Which actually suggests that she got that bikini top from a beast man.
Oh God, nah, okay. And they're all men, I think.
Yeah. Well, they're all non-gendered, but yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you want to design your character, try to make him fit. That's
yeah, make sense in the setting.
And stray. And it's more interesting when you try to stray from what everyone else does and try to be original. Like if you see a bunch of characters like black and white and dragons and wolves and foxes and whatnot, you know, be the bear guy. Do something new. It's a lot more interesting. I guarantee it.
Or the rhino.
Be the penguin.
Or the
Don't
I
be
like
the
that.
penguin.
No.
Be the penguin.
No.
Have you been watching Gotham, Casey?
No?
The penguin is so
Right.
good in that.
That was a strangely quick response there, Casey.
No, I haven't watched it.
Well, the penguin is the main character in that show. I was thinking,
He's so awesome.
he's
not
so awesome.
He's not awesome, but that makes him awesome.
I know. He's like you feel like okay. We're getting off topic, but yeah, be something that's not, done before. Try to be original, and that's the best way to make your story stand out.
Be the antelope.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
They're fast.
Sure, antelopes get killed and eaten by everything, but yeah, they're fast and they look cool.
Be the wildebeest.
All right, yeah, okay, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenshi said antelope, and I immediately went to Lion King. So
Right. Do you guys know what that opening song is? The words for it?
Circle of Life?
No. It's just,
Na Savenya Nevada.
yeah, that. It's just, this is a lion's tail, this is a lion. That,
Well, it's informative.
Here comes a lion, a father. Oh yes, it's a lion. Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. We're going to conquer. A lion and a leopard come to this open place.
yeah.
Fair enough then.
Well, it is a story for young children. Or a movie for young children.
That just blew me away. It's like this deep song. It's just like lions. This is a lion.
Well, it makes sense for the opening song of The Lion King to be like, fuck yeah, lions.
Here comes
Cool
the
with
lion. Father, oh yes, it's a lion.
This is a
comes
movie
the
about
lion.
lions. These are lions. Look at these lions. Yeah.
Do you feel pumped yet?
I was pumped.
You know what? Be the lion.
Yeah, all right, sure.
You actually don't see that many lions.
Which is weird, because a lion is like one of the 4 main animals in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
You see tigers, you see panthers, you don't see many lions.
I think there's a reason
for whatever
that,
reason.
because
Yeah.
most of the time when animals come into play, or violent, powerful animals come into play, it's dudes writing it, and dude lions are not that awesome. It's the female lions that are awesome.
They're really not.
Yeah.
we're not lying about that.
You son of a bitch. Back on topic. Clothes.
Stay on topic.
Okay. Hair color. Fit it with the series. And honestly, I know everybody likes to do the white hair thing. I mean, Casey does it, although it's against his will.
Casey has a good reason.
Yeah, Casey has a good reason. I was talking to one guy before, and he's like, "Oh, this character has white hair." I was like, "Oh, so your character has albinism? That might be something we can do it." Or does your character dye his hair? He's like, "No, he just was going to have white hair because he did." I'm like, if your character has white hair and they have albinism, that's actually really interesting. Because then that's a handicap for because they have they hate the sun and terrible vision, right, Casey?
Yes, that's right.
So that would be interesting to see. If your character has white hair and they don't dye it, it's just naturally white and it doesn't fit in with the surrounding context. What?
Yeah, you can't play the rainbow hair card in a setting with no rainbow hair.
Yeah.
Unless the character has ice powers. Then it makes sense, like Toshiro from Bleach.
I mean, in Tokyo Ghoul, the main character gets white hair, but he only gets it white because of all the stress from being tortured for 10 days. And that's completely justifiable. But you don't make your character naturally have, white hair, or your character naturally has pink or blue hair without it being, explainable within the context of rainbow hair.
Most anime, this really isn't a problem. But, yeah.
There are some. Like we've mentioned, Bleach, generally speaking, they don't have rainbow hair colors.
Not
and
really,
white hair
no.
either means old or ice.
Or sick.
One or the other.
They don't have
sick.
the crazy hair colors unless powers come in or they're hollows.
Yeah. So if you're going to make a character that has, black and blue hair, and they're also got the power to summon a fire dragon or a grass dragon, something dragon related.
Grass dragon. Does it breathe leaves?
Or they have contract with dragons. Or they're part dragon.
Or something dragon. No. Think. That's the most important thing you gotta do when you're designing characters. Especially for fan fiction. You want to make sure they fit. And if they're an odd man out, at least have a really, really good reason for it. Really good.
Or just have them dye their hair. I mean, it doesn't even have to be their natural hair color. And if it is in a setting where everyone has just regular, normal, everyday, real-life hair colors, have it, stand out. Be a point.
Yeah.
Have people question it.
They can dye their hair. It can be perfectly fine. You don't need to...
That was... Again, with Bleach, that was a very specific thing about Ichigo's character. He didn't dye his hair, he just naturally had orange ginger hair. And he got,
He got a lot of attention for it.
On a lot of occasions, yeah. So, if it's different, then make it significant that it's different.
Yeah. Be original, be significant, match the context, and do your best not to over-design.
There is one thing that I'm kind of on the fence about. It's when you be general about describing the outfit, and then you have a picture on your profile, or a link to a picture. I've seen that done well, and I've seen it done poorly, so I don't really have an opinion one way or the other.
Yeah, if you're gonna put a picture related to your character on your profile, I'm just gonna say right now, make sure it's done well, because that would be the mental image that people have when they think of your character. Is right there, and if it's not done well and to match your description, then people are gonna be confused when you write. So, yeah.
It's not so much of an issue or a benefit, I suppose, on fanfiction.net, but a lot of sites allow you to link things directly. I've seen it where the first time a character is introduced, their name was actually a link to a picture of them, and that was pretty cool, but can't do that in fanfiction.
I'm not a fan of that.
Really?
If you can't do it inside the story, then you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like they didn't.
It's a cop-out.
It's not like they didn't describe the character how they looked. It was just, the picture helped.
It's a nice mental image, Is it necessary? No. It's completely unnecessary. Does it help a little bit? It can. Alright. I think that's it. Anybody else got anything else to say?
That was it for me. So,
Yeah,
Ken?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Next question. Topic. Well, it is the next question, and it is, in fact, the last topic. Best moments in gaming. Ethan asked this. Ethan F. Ethan F.
I answered in a comment, but to clarify on what I meant in the first part, because my brain not good right now. When I'm playing a single-player game, for the most part, I know what's happening. I'm faced with an enemy, I beat the enemy, and anything in between is just me doing the skill stuff. So it's not so exciting, I suppose, but Bayonetta or any character action game, really, they do a pretty good job of offsetting that.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, the one scene where you cut off the giant robot's sword arm and you start slicing it with a gigantic blade.
That's your greatest moment.
That's one of my most favorite moments, because it's just screw you, I can slice you into bits.
Oh yeah, I got that game this week.
Yeah.
That wasn't very memorable.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You didn't talk about it.
It was
that
disappointing.
you couldn't really play it.
Yeah. But that's really not one of my favorite, I think, actual moments would be probably from one of the Legend of Zelda games. Either Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, the final sword battle. Because it's a game that ends the way it should, with a proper sword fight. And I like that.
So, is this a question about the best moments in games, or?
I thought it was a question of what moment you played games made you feel at your best, or.
That's how I took it, yeah.
Okay, well, if it's the latter, then it'd be Dante Must Die Mode and Devil May Cry 3. That was fun. A little bit rough in parts, but it was fun. I love those games. I played the shit out of them. So,
if we're talking about things that make us feel like we're awesome, though, yeah. For me, bullet hell games.
Oh, I hate those.
I just loved getting everything perfect, and then, bam! You seem like I was playing it like a con once, and they had this bullet hell game laid out, and I went up to it, and I'm playing it, and the previous guy was just dying, and I'm just I'm getting past everything, and I'm shooting, and I felt so cool, and I had a crowd watching me, and it was really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a lot of Dark Souls things where I killed multiple people by myself at next to no health. That was pretty cool. A lot of shooters where I'm the last one on the team and I killed the entire enemy team somehow. Yeah. Most of those were flukes because I'm not amazing at shooters. I mean, I'm pretty good, but not really stand out amazing.
I'd like to change my answer, please.
What's that?
Beating Manus before Slicer could in my first run.
Oh, fuck you.
That was satisfying. Yeah.
Kinchi, what's yours?
I have two.
Okay.
First one, I think I've said this. I think I've told this one before. It was like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it was a multiplayer game, team deathmatch. I'm not sure if it was hardcore or not, but the map had just started. I think it was the Crossfire map, which is basically it's a hill. It's like an S-shaped map, and it's a hill. One team starts at the top of the hill. One team starts at the bottom. My team starts at the bottom, and first thing I go to the edge of the street at the bottom of the hill and put my grenade launcher on and shoot a grenade up at the car at the corner of the S. and blows up and kills everybody on the team. Or it doesn't. The grenade itself killed everybody on the team and set the car there on fire. They all respawn and go back to the car, and it blows up again and kills everyone on the team again.
Wow.
So you got like, I don't know,
That's
what, a 10-kill streak?
That's 12 kills.
Jesus.
Did they leave?
No. So I got my helicopter when that was a big deal in game.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good sportsmanship on their part.
And let's see, the other thing was last year, I basically left, this is when I was working at Kmart. I left Kmart early one day. My manager let me go early so that I could go to GameStop and win a tournament for like last year's WWE 2K14 game, the wrestling game. I won a tournament and got free tickets to a wrestling show in January. That January.
Huh. Cool.
Sweet.
Were you able to go to it?
Yeah. Then I went back to work.
Oh.
So I basically it was a great feeling because I basically just crushed competition, took a ticket, didn't even care about it, and then went back to work. I didn't celebrate.
For you, it was a Tuesday?
Yeah, for me it was a Tuesday. It was actually a Saturday, but yes, it was a Tuesday.
What's that quote from?
The Street Fighter
I think
movie.
it's Street Fighter movie.
Street Fighter live action movie.
Yeah.
Love that.
Van Damme's Guile. That was weird. Whatever. Okay, so, recommendations. Who's got one?
Oh, hell. Ugh.
Recommendations?
Yeah, Slicer had one, but then his computer crashed.
Alright.
I'm going to sound like a robot here for about 3 minutes.
My recommendation is a comedy. It hasn't been updated in a few months, but it's a manga. It's called Why Can't Seiya Totoen 16-Year-Old Get a Girlfriend?
Why can't what? Oh, link it, please.
I'll link this one for right now. I'll get you the TV Tropes link later, probably.
Thank you.
But okay, so the premise of this is that there's this one guy. He's like attractive, he's smart, athletic, and he wants a girlfriend, but he cannot get a girlfriend no matter what he does, and it's hilarious. And he's just super awkward around girls. It's hilarious. Just there's like 19 chapters to it. Just like read it when you get the chance. You know, it's just a fun little thing.
Okay. I assume Slicer hasn't gotten his ready yet?
No, it's ready. I was
Okay.
able to kind of cut it out of the rest of the stuff so I didn't all need to load at once.
Okay.
Alright, first one. I was browsing some authors' favorites after I read their story and found a My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute fanfic. And I have never even considered reading one of those, so I just, what the hell, whatever. And it's My Life Can't Lose Its Normality. And it's just the series if the main character, Kyosuke, yeah, that's it, is less spineless, I guess, or more active, I suppose. And that's just the basic premise, and it just kind of branches out in a lot of weird directions that all work. It's pretty good, actually. Can't really describe it more than that, though, sadly. But, yeah, it's worth checking out if you've watched the series. And my second one, which I'm hesitant to suggest it because Casey didn't like it so much. It's not a fic to be taken seriously at all. Harry Potter Geth. It's just after the final battle, Harry winds up in like 400 feet above Rannoch, the Geth-occupied Quarian homeworld. And, yeah, that's it, Rannoch. And he lands and gets turned into a cyborg because there's not much left of him at that point. And things kind of progress from there as Harry becomes the ambassador for the Geth, as opposed to the heretics. And it's very much a fic. A lot of things go very well instead of very badly. Although at least it makes sense, I guess. a lot of things could be fixed by just having a synthetic on the team. Like, a lot of Mass Effect 3 just doesn't happen. Mostly because Cerberus they lose a lot of their fighting ability when they can just be hacked. So, yeah.
I only read a certain number of chapters of this fic. My interpretation of it was there is a self-insert, his name is Harry, and he shows up to be snarky at people, and people get sick of his shit on a regular basis.
Yeah, pretty much. Until about halfway through the first game, Harry is just there to provide color commentary and, I don't know, be an ass, pretty much. Because he kind of gets dragged into it, and he doesn't enjoy it for a while. Also, as Casey pointed out, the pairings are kind of... they're progressing fine, and then there's a scene where he's shirtless, and Tally enjoys the sight. And it's kind of blatant and abrupt.
That wasn't entirely problematic. It was immediately after the guest saying, these two would make good life partners. There's unsubtle, and then there's hitting the shipping button with a hammer over and over again. I was doing the motion. Well, I was saying that, if you can tell.
It came through, yeah.
Good.
But that didn't bother me as much because that was kind of the whole point of what was happening with him interacting with Tally was to improve Quarian relations, and that the Geth took it to its logical extreme, which was political marriage, pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. But yeah, like Slicer said, it's a guilty pleasure, I guess, kind of thing.
I found it really amusing, but if you take it seriously, you're probably not going to enjoy it. It's just... It's effectively a crack fic. Although slightly more serious, I guess. I don't know.
For me, there's too many moments where it takes itself seriously for me to consider it a crack fic, and so I end up taking it seriously. And if you try and take it seriously, it fails because it's trying to be a crack fic as well.
There is one really jarring, serious moment at when the end of Mass Effect 2 is about to happen. But, yeah, I can agree to that. Yeah, it has weirdly serious moments, and they stand out.
Yeah. It's a matter of you can't have it both ways. But, give it a look, I guess. It's not my recommendation, so I'm not trying to sell it.
What's yours?
My recommendation is With This Ring. It's on spacebattles.com. I don't know whether it has a fanfiction counterpart.
I doubt it.
So I'll be linking to the Space Battles thread. Young Justice. And it's a self-insert fic where the self-insert is basically teleported into space and is given an orange lantern ring.
Ooh.
So, for those that aren't especially familiar with Green Lantern lore, there are 7-ish different colors for lantern rings. Green is willpower, yellow is fear, red is rage.
What's white?
Violet is love. What's white? White was a difficult one to judge. There was life and death. Was white and black, I believe. Yeah, there was a whole arc about dead lanterns coming back to life and stuff. It was a thing.
Yeah, I saw a post about it. It had all the rings and then all of the sayings, the chants they have. What are those called?
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, it was those, and then white was just blank. So I didn't know if that was an actual ring or not. Anyway, continue.
I don't pay that close attention to Green Lantern, but yeah, the Orange Lantern ring is the power is based on avarice, greed. So this self-insert is basically designed to be on the slippery slope to villainhood, more or less, because as far as I'm aware, there is only one Orange Lantern in existence.
Yeah, that's how that ring works.
and his name is Larfleeze, and he is the only Orange Lantern in existence because they all ended up trying to kill each other for the rings. Because they wanted them, with capital letters.
That sounds fun.
So, this self-insert is now, one, terrified that Larfleeze will know that he has an Orange Lantern ring, which he will, because he's Larfleeze, and if it's one that came from Larfleeze's home, then he will know that something is missing, because it was something that was his, again, capital letters, probably with an orange highlight to them. This fic does that as well, by the way. It highlights different emotional things, so when someone says something with willpower, it'll be with green. If it's with greed, which it often is, it'll be an orange. It's very cool. I like the effect.
It's a nice touch, yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, he first has to get a lantern, so he basically retrofits Adam Scott, I think is his name, the original Green Lanterns, into becoming an Orange Lantern.
Is that easy, or that... I mean...
ish. It was kind of damaged in the first place, so he could fix it, and then fixing it, turning it into an orange one.
Oh, alright.
And then has to swear an oath that he won't fuck anything up or turn evil. And then gets apprenticed to Wonder Woman, sort of. And Batman, sort of.
That's odd. Okay. I assumed he'd just go for the Green Lantern, but...
The Green Lanterns wouldn't... You realize the Orange Lantern Corps, such as it was, is kind of a villainous faction as far as the Green Lanterns would be concerned?
Yeah, as far as I know, even, like, Orange Lantern rings can, like, take over rings of other colors.
They can, yes.
They would, but
Hell, Larfleeze can take over other people.
Right. What I mean, though, is the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, if it's the same one as in, like, the Justice League cartoons?
There are several, but yes.
Yeah. They'd think they'd want to nurture that, because, I mean, to keep him from going evil.
Or they would just try and destroy the ring. Or they would notify
yes.
the Guardians and say, hey, we need to do something about this guy over here. He's kind of a problem. Just get on that. You remember what happened with the Yellow Lanterns? Yeah, let's nip this in the bud right now. You with me? Come on, let's get this done. But yeah.
Wait, the Yellow Lanterns were good at some point?
They were absolutely terrible for most of it. I think they sort of kind of reached an accord, maybe. Yeah. As far as I'm aware, the Sinestro Corps still exists. I do know a surprising amount about Green Lantern. I'm actually surprised myself. Yeah, so that's as far as I've gotten in this, and it is a very long story.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. It's a lot of fun, though. I'm very much enjoying it. There's one particular moment where this Orange Lantern finds out he can't actually use paper money because he's a self-insert that lived through the financial crisis and figured out how little money is actually worth. So it spontaneously combusts in his hand whenever he tries to use it.
What?
Because he instinctively understands it has no real value.
Oh. That is a really interesting side effect of powers. I like that.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun. I like reading it. It's fun. So I'm not big on DC fics very often, so yeah, that's my recommendation. All right. I actually have a bunch of other ones, but I'm going to save them for future weeks because I don't have that many very often.
Right. All right.
Okay. So I guess that's everything. I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 66. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the Blogspot page, through comments, or on personal profiles on fanfiction.net, or through the YouTube channel through the comments. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. There is always a link in the description on the Fandom Flux Podcast YouTube video. Once again, I would like to thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 66. Bye now.
Bye.
Catch you guys later.